Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983, they've been serving the country and me like all their financing, giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way, from birth to graduation, your first job to your home and your car through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and programs including financial literacy quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso program, junior cooperatives in secondary schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC grants. The credit union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN Television News for today, Friday, June 25th, 2021. I am Beverly Telesford. In the headlines, a jury returns not guilty verdict in favor of St. Andrew resident Elvin Mark, charged with non-capital murder. Renaissance Party political leader Martin Washington Edwards accuses government of creating an apartheid system. And PWU-G Tau Joint Negotiating Team rejects retroactive payment of the 4% salary increase by way of bonds. In tonight's GBN Entertainment, Grenadian musician Jeremy Hector shares his musical inspiration on the last edition of Green's Music to the World. And in Around the Globe, opposition in Jamaica suggesting government use dormant bank accounts to boost economy, while millions in India at risk as fuel and food costs increase. Coming up in sports, all GFA Premier League matches for this weekend postponed. We'll have the details after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN News at 7. A jury returned a not guilty verdict in favor of Subi St. Andrew resident Elvin Mark. Mark was arrested and charged for the November 2017 stabbing death of Derek Harrow of the same village. Mark retained the service of attorney Jerry Edwin in this matter. According to Edwin, based on evidence presented in court, his client was attacked with a knife by Mr. Harrow, the deceased, while passing through Harrow's yard. Subsequently, one of his stabbing attempts struck Edwin's client in the leg, which resulted in him collapsing.
The evidence in the case showed that Elvin eventually overpowered Mr. Harrow and struck him with the knife, according to the pathologist, about 7 times. Only one wound was fatal, and it was delivered with moderate force.
Edwin said evidence brought forward during the proceedings showed no indication that Mark intended to cause the death of the deceased. Mark's injuries during the altercation left him unconscious and subsequently hospitalized, after which he was charged with non-capital murder and imprisoned.
Of 12 has found Elvin Mark not guilty, and hopefully the young man can regain his reputation and never again come into contact with our criminal justice system. We are pleased that the jury has come back not guilty. They rejected manslaughter, they rejected murder, and they have freed this young man, and he can go ahead. He's a fisherman, he's a young father, and as he said, he's anxious to get back to his family.
A matter challenging the legality of traffic wardens in Grenada was dismissed by the High Court on Thursday. The matter was brought before the High Court late last year by attorney Claudette Joseph after she was issued a ticket by a traffic warden. Attorney General Dia Forrester said the originating motion was refused with no order as to costs. The court found that the appointment of traffic wardens was valid and within the powers granted under the Road Traffic Amendment Act, and that the tickets issued by traffic wardens were lawful. Under the Road Traffic Amendment Act as amended, the appointment of traffic wardens was created to implement the services provided by police officers in regulating traffic. The decision of the High Court confirms that traffic wardens, introduced in 2019, are in fact properly constituted. Leader of the Renaissance Party, Martin Washington Edwards, in a fiery onslaught, has lashed out on what he says are the dictates of the Prime Minister infringing upon individual rights. Edwards accused the ruling administration of creating an apartheid system whereby employee rights are being encroached on by their employers. GBN's Gerard Joseph has that story.
Quoting excerpts of Grenada's constitution, Martin Washington Edwards says the Prime Minister's statement supporting the actions of SGU and other entities in what many have deemed forced vaccination has brought fear to employees because of job security. The leader of the Renaissance Party says the rights of employers cannot override the rights of workers.
But obviously, what the employer is supposed to do is to unionize and not get together and demonstrate against it, because the employer can't do the work by themselves. You take the employees to do the work. So there's no way. But right now, our employees are now being threatened.
Edwards says he's organizing a protest march at the entrance to St. George's University on June 29th and is therefore inviting Grenadians to join and march for their rights.
So that definitely they will get a message that we don't want apartheid in Grenada, and we don't want any employer to override the rights of the individual employees.
He says he is in full support of the SG workers who chose to stand for their rights and strongly condemns what he believes is becoming an apartheid system via the infringement of citizens' rights.
And as you said, you can't come on the compound if you don't take the vaccine. The only right the hotel as well as you have is to say, I want healthy people on the compound, you must take the PCR test. If you fail, you can't come. That's the only recourse. But what they're doing right now is definitely unconstitutional.
The Renaissance Party leader says no one has any right to tell a Grenadian to take something they do not want. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Contract workers are expected to be covered as the joint negotiating team for the Public Workers Union and the Technical and Allied Workers Union received favorable news in the recent mediation talks with Labour Minister Peter David. They now await the Labour Minister's response to the union's counter-proposal to the government negotiating team's payment plan, which the unions will then bring to the membership, which will decide on the way forward. Grimes was elaborating on the outcome of the mediation led by the Labour Minister with the government's negotiating team on Wednesday.
The joint negotiating team has rejected the retroactive payment of the 4% salary increase for January to July by way of bonds. PW President Brian Grimes says the JNT countered with a full cash payment plan at the end of July, inclusive of the retroactive salaries.
As far as we are concerned at the joint negotiating team, working on behalf of our workers, that money should have been paid in January, right? That has not been the reality for us. So the government is given a commitment to pay at the end of August. We would like July, but we are not going to make this a sticking point, July, August. This is not the crux of the matter here now. The crux of the matter is the retroactive payments, which the joint negotiating team of TAU and PW is asking for interest on that, 0.5% for every month that was missed.
The government negotiating team, led by Oliver Joseph, had also committed to paying the 4% salary increase from the end of August, as in the case of the Grenada Union of Teachers, reflective in public officers' salaries.
The government negotiating team also said clearly, via Honorable Oliver Joseph, that everybody in our bargaining unit will be paid that 4% increase. That is extremely important because we have seen over the last few years, a lot of our officers have been discriminated against, particularly contract officers. They pay union dues, and when the 4% or whatever percentage increase comes, they did not see that reflected on their salaries. That is illegal, that is unfortunate, that is sad. So that trend is supposed to be curbed going forward, and contract officers should expect, based on the words of government and based on the agitation and the advocacy of the joint negotiating team, they are supposed to see that 4% on their salaries.
Labour Minister Peter David is now expected to make his recommendations within the coming days. Grimes says they believe government is fully capable of paying the one-off payment of $8.4 million in retroactive.
The union's response to that is that we have been seeing good ability by the government to pay. In fact, the Prime Minister of the country, even though he's not the Minister of Finance currently, he has been awarded regionally and internationally for his acumen in terms of managing the finances of the country. We have seen that in short order, they found near $200 million to give a foreign company that left our shores.
I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Now, the U.S. white ex-police officer convicted of murdering African-American man George Floyd in Minneapolis in May 2020 has been sentenced to 22.5 years in jail. The judge said Derek Chauvin's sentence was based on his abuse of opposition of trust and authority, and also the particular cruelty shown to Mr. Floyd. Floyd, 48, died after Chauvin knelt on his neck for 9 minutes. His murder caused global protests against racism and police brutality. Chauvin, 45, was convicted of second-degree murder and other charges last month. During his trial, his lawyer described the killing as an error made in good faith. Chauvin was also told to register as a predatory offender and was barred from owning firearms for life. He and 3 other former police officers are separately charged with violating George Floyd's civil rights. This is news at 7. Still to come, Grenada among countries added to the UK green list. Stay with us.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Now is the time to treat yourself to a new Samsung A7 tablet for free. You heard me, free. Simply add your postpaid mobile plan to your new or existing all-in or all-in plus bundle and get a free Samsung A7 tablet. Now that's a real treat. So sign up today and add your postpaid plan to your home services to get your free tablet. Visit discoverflow.co for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
Customer services, bill payment, revenue collections. We are open. NOASA's Lucas Street headquarters.
Come, we are excited to serve you.
NOASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Borders with the right precautions will keep us safe and lead us to the successful rejuvenation of our tourist industry. Because when we come together as a country, we all win.
I did it for my co-workers.
I did it for my granny.
What's up? I did it for my neighbor.
I did it for my business.
Help us help Grenada.
I did it for myself and my family. Get vaccinated.
Together, We can defeat COVID-19. Get vaccinated.
Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Mark this date down on your calendar. Sunday, July 4th is gonna be epic as Waggity Virtual Bingo celebrates its first anniversary. Come in to celebrate with us live. Get ready for Grenada's Soca Superstars, Looney Sparks, and Electrify.
Mirror on the wall, who's the baddest of them all?
Looney Sparks and Electrify. Yes! It's our anniversary, so we're giving away more cash. This time you can win a whopping US $15,000. And tickets cost only $20. Remember, if you're in Grenada, tickets are available at gotofed.com or from numerous box offices island-wide. If you're playing overseas, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Sunday, July 4th. Get ready for one massive celebration as Waggity Virtual Bingo celebrates its first anniversary.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back to News at 7. Grenada is among several Caribbean countries added to the United Kingdom's traffic light green list. More in this report.
Grenada is among several Caribbean countries added to the United Kingdom's traffic light green list, which identify countries to and from which persons can travel without facing mandatory quarantine on their return. The updated list, which also includes Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados and Dominica, will take effect on June 30th, 2021. British Overseas Territories, Anguilla, British Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands, Montserrat and the Turks and Caicos Islands have also been added to the green list. The revised green list has been hailed as welcomed news by the authorities in Grenada. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, who returned to the British Prime Minister when Grenada was not included on the green list previously, is particularly pleased with the new announcement. Dr. Mitchell says the updated UK travel list helps to validate our concerted efforts and the tremendous sacrifices made in managing during the COVID-19 pandemic here in Grenada. It also substantiates collaborative efforts made at the regional level to advocate for inclusion. The new list provides some measure of hope that Grenada will be able to attract some visitors when the UK opens its borders next month. This is obviously no guarantee that travelers will come, but with a general pent-up desire for travel and only a limited number of countries included on the green list, there is considerable potential for Grenada to see some British arrivals come July. The Prime Minister added that although the country is keen to welcome more visitors and seriously restart tourism, government will continue to maintain the COVID-19 protocols to keep both residents and visitors safe. Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation, Clarice Modest-Cohen, is also extremely delighted with the updated list, commending what she terms a very wise decision by the UK. Chrislina John, GBN News.
Opportunity and inclusion are important steps in giving the disabled community self-empowerment and independence. In this story, you will hear of a program that has given 6 young people with disabilities a chance to be self-empowered. More in this Rena Perry-Thomas report.
Given the opportunity to learn a trade that will help them become self-employed, 6 young people living with various mental and physical disabilities are presently part of a TVEC program aimed at training them in rabbit rearing, customer service, and other skills. The project is funded by SKY, or Skills for Youth Employment, a technical vocational education and training TVEC program aimed to develop a better skilled, productive, and inclusive workforce in 4 Eastern Caribbean countries, with Grenada being one. Director of Adult and Teen Challenge Grenada, Jude Hector, who is overseeing the project, says out of the 60 teens involved in the program, 6 have disabilities. He spoke of the importance of involving special needs people in the program.
But the thing is, part of it really is a requirement from the funder. So we do need to have, a certain numbers of students with special needs. But having done so, I believe it's really important to include all of our students in programs, because they're all people. They all have an ability to learn. And as a society, I think it really sends a strong message that we are inclusive, that we care about every person.
The training started in March and will be complete at the end of June. Working closely with the Grenada National Council of the Disabled, Jude Hector says they have been putting plans in place to help create a startup for the students.
And we have to understand not everybody will be able to achieve the CVQ level 2. All right, but certainly I was speaking with the tutor today. And I'm saying, listen, we want to take each of them to the highest level that they can go. At the end of it, yes, we want to give each of them a starter kit. So, for example, a cage and a pair of rabbits at minimum. So, again, that's something that we're working on together with the council, Ms. Gabriel. In fact, just this morning, we were speaking about that. How can we make that happen?
Adonna Batiste, one of the tutors within the program, explained how the students have been adapting to their challenges.
To challenge them to do something different and go through the process of the idea, the planning, and then the execution. So the different thing we gave them to do was we gave them a date and said, you're going to have a shop. What will you sell in the shop? How will you get it done? And how much money can you make so that you could then give a portion of it away to somebody with needs, somebody who needs money? And that challenge, we were actually really surprised. They just lit up all groups, but particularly special needs group. There was no sense that they were hindered in any way. They took the challenge and ran.
For GBN News, I am Rena Perry-Thomas reporting.
Countless musicians around the world experience a creative block and may even have wavering feelings about their career path in music. Grenadian musician Dr. Jeremy Hector shared his story about musical inspiration on the latest edition of Green's Music to the World. Training reporter Krista Campbell has that story.
Have you
Ever wondered where musical inspiration comes from? Does it come from a change in one's environment? Or does it come from taking a walk on the beach? On the last edition of Green's Music to the World, Grenadian music producer Mr. Jeremy Sean Hector shared where he derives inspiration for many of his songs.
You know, greatness it's something that it flows through you, basically. You could have the potential to be great, and if you don't position yourself, it won't happen. So in that way, I understand that it's about positioning myself to allow that thing to flow through me, and I'm not wrestling internally to try to make it happen. You know, I don't sit down to write a song and I'm like, I have to write a song today. It doesn't work that way. As I'm going along, working on stuff, listening, reflecting, the songs come. Right. And I think it's more natural that way, and it's not forced, and there's something honest about it.
Mr. Jeremy Hector produced the melody Spray Bay, a musical piece that has been successful on various platforms like Spotify. But where exactly did the inspiration for his melody come from? Mr. Hector shared the story behind his song Spray Bay.
A friend of mine came down from Toronto, Etrick Lions, a bass player, and he was staying in West All Point, and he wanted to work on an album. And I was privileged to play the guitar on his album, a few songs. And there was one time he brought this mobile studio with him, you know. And there was one time we were doing a lengthy session, and he got tired. I was tired too, and he said, "You know what? Let's go for a walk." So we left and went for a walk, and we ended up at this beach that is called Spray Bay
in West All Point.
I was just kind of blown away by the beauty of nature, and I was just reflecting to myself, you know, on how amazing this moment is, and the melody just popped into my head, just right then and there, for the little chorus melody.
It has been penned that countless musicians experience a creative block and sometimes have wavering feelings about their career path in music. So to the up-and-coming musicians who may feel stuck in a rut,
figure out what type of musician you want to be and pursue it, because music is vast. It's bottomless. It's endless. There are styles within styles, you know. So at some point you have to settle down and take the time to figure out, what do I want to be? What is my sound? Who am I really? And expose yourself to a wide variety of music.
Krista Campbell, Trini reporter, GBN News.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience.
In a recent report carried by the GBN, SGU employees who for varying reasons chose not to take the COVID-19 vaccine said they will not cease the struggle until they get answers. They said they feel neglected by the trade union that is supposed to be representing them.
Struggle continues. As long as we doesn't get a response from the union, and at the same time too, it seems as though the struggle with we and the union is like hopeless. The union came in once. The same Tuesday I came down here, they came here, they said we'll come back, they never did.
Viewers and listeners took to the comment section to express their views on the matter. Erica said, these days, unions behaving like insurance. Only when something happens, you learn truly how much coverage you have. Rollins said, guys, the vaccine is safe. As a Grenadian, I am alive. I took the vaccine. Please, it is safe. Don't lose your job. The union cannot help you. The school and business places have the right to put their rules and protocols in place. That's their right, just like you have the right to refuse a vaccine. Just think about it. Love you, Grenada. Bev said in Barbados, the Prime Minister says no unvaccinated person should lose their job. In Grenada, vaccine is not mandatory, but business owners can do what they want to protect their business. So ask the Prime Minister to make a definite statement so all can follow. Paul said, come on people, by now you should know that the union, government, lawyers and police are all one. Trevor counteracted. Are you people insane? Do you know what will happen to SGU if there is an outbreak on campus and people die? Will anyone have a job then if they have to shut down? Some Grenadians need to stop making themselves look like ununiformed reactionaries. You are free not to take the vaccine, but the business owner is free to protect his business.
That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
In tonight's GBN eyesore, we feature some video clips submitted from the kindergarten class of the Beacon Learning Center. The students were all asked the same question and their answers recorded.
Asia, if your dad ever jumps over your mom's head, what do you think she would say?
She'll say, I'm not playing with you anymore. Hey boy. You're crazy, I'll break my neck. Boy, you crazy? You want to break up my neck or something? I'll hit you and lash with my phone.
Blake, if your dad ever jumps over your mom's head, what do you think she would say?
I'll break up with you, boy.
Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms. Still ahead, construction of $1.9 million Happy Hill Brizan preschool completed. This is News at 7. Stay with us.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, Daisy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Introducing Color by Seasons. 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 Color by Seasons.
With them coconuts, rum lemon, passion fruit, sorrel, even the exotic spicy rum.
Ah, the flavored rums of Grenada Distillers Limited.
Class codes?
Yes, girl. They are all produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited in Woodlands. You know, all their rums are world-class and internationally acclaimed, winners of numerous gold medals.
have the spicy rum and the
Grenada's #1 rum. We drink it on sport. Add a little flavor to your life.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
With the right precautions will keep us safe and lead us to the successful rejuvenation of our tourist industry. Because when we come together as a country, we all win.
I did it for my co-workers.
I did it for my granny.
What's up? I did it for my neighbor.
I did it for my business.
Help us help Grenada.
I did it for myself and my family. Get vaccinated.
Together, we can defeat COVID-19. Get vaccinated.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Now is the time to treat yourself to a new Samsung A7 tablet for free. You heard me, free. Simply add your postpaid mobile plan to your new or existing all-in or all-in plus bundle and get a free Samsung A7 tablet. Now that's a real treat. So sign up today and add your postpaid plan to your home services to get your free tablet. Visit discoverflow.co for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Keys to a much more comfortable learning institution were officially handed over to education officials on Thursday, following a brief ceremony signaling the completion of the Happy Hill Brizan preschool.
The Happy Hill Brizan Preschool was constructed at a cost of $1.9 million through funding from the Caribbean Development Bank and the Government of Grenada under the BNTF's 9th cycle. The facility was constructed by Hanover Construction Company Limited. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell is also the parliamentary representative for St. George Northwest.
7 years I've been in politics. Every time there's a general election, there are 2 polling stations there at the community center. So, similarly, in Happy Hill, that so-called preschool, and I use the word so-called, is a building that served as what they call it, a society hall, since I was a little boy. So having that both places served as a pre-primary school, it tells you clearly there were a lot of needs that could not be met with the combination of services that had to be performed in those particular areas. So this to me means a lot. It brings a lot of pride and joy to me as a parliamentary representative for this area.
Minister for Education Emmeline Pierce says early childhood education creates the right foundation that should not be taken lightly.
Those of us who understand the importance know that
that this is the bedrock, this is the foundation. If we don't get it right here, it would be very difficult to get it right along the way. And that is why it is so very important. For some of us, we think early childhood education is about playing. And yes, it is about playing, but playing in a way that people are learning very important lessons.
Christina John, GBN News.
Stay with us. We'll have the weather and sports.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom.
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Trends come and go, but jewelry is forever in style. Give a gift that lasts a lifetime. Diamond Intercontinental have diamond jewelry, gold and silver jewelries, engagement rings, wedding bands, chains, bracelets, and so much more. They also carry brands such as Anne Klein and Guess. Why wait? Visit Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store at the Esplanade Mall. Call 440-231234. The number again, 232-1234.
Montreal, it's time to line virtually one more time. Gemma Rayburn Baines here for Spice Island Cultural Festival, a celebration of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martini. This summer's festival is a celebration of life with food, fashion, music, and culture. Join us online Saturday, July 10th, 3 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube at Spice Island Cultural Festival. Info, spiceislandculturalday.com.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Hills and Valley Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vit Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sanatogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Clarisil. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open, Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business.
Keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
evening, sporting fans. All matches in the Grenada Football Association's Premier League scheduled for this weekend have been postponed. This as the GFA hosts its annual General Council meeting on Saturday. During the council meeting, new members are normally accepted, while important issues of the FA are brought forward and discussed. Hurricanes SC currently lead the Premier League by 6 points. However, most of the trailing clubs have one game in hand and can cut the deficit to 3 points. Caribbean sociologist Dr. Anand Rampasad says he is in full support of a Caribbean Sports Hall of Fame. However, questions who will lead the process. He questions whether regional and national sporting organizations will jointly drive the process or if CARICOM or UWI.
So I think working out the logistics is going to be important, and who's going to drive it is going to be the major issue. I think CARICOM has a responsibility in terms of taking that step first, in terms of moving in that direction. It will help us to recognize the region. It's a good way of marketing themselves as well. But yeah, I think it's a good idea to have a Caribbean Hall of Fame. I think one of our challenges, Michael, is that in Caribbean culture, unfortunately, history is not given that kind of recognition as we ought to give it, and we see it in other countries.
Rampasad says in other regions, the history of the game greatly affects the passion and desire of athletes.
I'm not sure today if our athletes in any form or fashion are cognizant of the development of the sport that they play and the trajectory it would have followed. And some of the persons that they would have who would have contributed to the sport in itself, the challenges. I always, in terms of cricket, in one of my classes, I always show the students Fire in Babylon. I speak about cricket beyond a boundary. I always tell them that the cricket ball and the cricket bat became the weapons of mass destruction for Caribbean players, because it was our way of reflecting who we were as a people, but also showing that we are good at something. If we're not good in other areas, we are definitely good in something, and we should be very proud about it.
He believes a Caribbean Sports Hall of Fame can contribute to understanding our history while recognizing our athletes in a bid for a more holistic aspect of sport development. In cricket, West Indies has named the West Indies women's senior and A-team squads for the T20 International Series against Pakistan women. The West Indies women's senior team will play 3 CG Insurance T20Is against Pakistan women from June 30th to July 3rd, with the West Indies women's A-team also playing their historic first ever 3-match T20I series on the same dates. Antigua's Coolidge Cricket Ground and Sir Vivian Richards Stadium will host the series with the A-team matches preceding the senior team matches in back-to-back doubleheader fixtures. And that's sports. Stay with us for your regional news. Welcome to your One Caribbean Media Hookup. I'm your presenter, Beverly Telesford. Use dormant bank accounts to boost the economy. That suggestion from the opposition is part of its solution to the economic downturn due to COVID-19. The opposition spokesperson on finance revived the idea during a Jamaica Chamber of Commerce forum.
It's not a new idea. For years, government ministers have been pushing to use monies left unattended for over 15 years in a bank, which are classified as dormant, to fund government initiatives. But in light of the economic challenges business operators face due to the COVID pandemic, the parliamentary opposition is suggesting this to the government.
We're talking about where individuals over a 15-year period have not claimed bank balances. The bank advertises people still after that 1-year period don't claim their funds, that those funds are used to establish a fund specifically for small and micro businesses.
While acknowledging the grants and other forms of financial assistance being provided by the government, the opposition spokesperson on finance, Julian Robinson, says a large number of micro, small and medium-sized enterprises are on the verge of collapse, while others have already been forced to close. He estimates that there are billions of dollars available from dormant accounts. However, he says the disbursement of this money would not be a handout.
We're proposing a fund which would lend money at concessionary rates. In the first instance, they can offer a moratorium of between 18 to 24 months on loan payments so that you allow firms an opportunity to get back in a position that they are earning so that they can repay those funds.
Moving now to Guyana, Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony suspects that thriving myths about vaccines fuel the plummeting first-dose vaccination rates across the country. His ministry will be assessing the causes of the hesitancy and would be taking the necessary steps to reverse it. Tamika Rodney has the details.
For the last several days, there has been a decline in the rate of persons accessing the first dose of COVID-19 vaccines when compared to the more than 3,000 persons who were vaccinated on a daily basis about a month ago. On Wednesday, the Ministry of Health reported that a total of 229,053 persons were administered first doses of the vaccines as of the day prior. However, on Thursday, Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony indicated that 793 additional persons had accessed the first doses as of Wednesday, totaling 229,846. There has, however, been a notable rise in the number of persons returning to the vaccination sites to receive the second doses. As of Wednesday, 1,780 more persons had completed both doses of the vaccines. The overall decline in first dose recipients, according to Dr. Anthony, is worrying, as it could stymie the ongoing efforts in aiding the country's attainment of herd immunity.
Initially, we thought perhaps because of the flood, people were not coming forward. But in some of those areas, the flooding has eased up, and we're not seeing people coming out. So we will do some assessment. We have been talking to the RHOs in those regions. They have been reporting that people are a little bit more hesitant.
Internationally, skyrocketing fuel prices in India are driving up the cost of food and other basic goods. This is putting pressure on millions of families. The inflation rate has now passed the crucial 6% threshold set by the country's central bank. More in this Al Jazeera report.
12-year-old Shoba cooks flatbread for her family on a fire made of wood and dried cow dung. Her mother, Soni, earns just over $3 a day when she gets work in the vegetable farms that surround their home. But she says they can't afford to buy gas for cooking.
It's really hard right now to take care of my family. Prices are going up. Lentils are $1.30 a kilo, so who's going to eat that? We don't buy anything to eat. We only eat the vegetables which grow in the fields and don't buy anything else because of the rising prices.
The price of essential items has been increasing in India during the past year. Cooking oil by 30%, fruits and vegetables by 12%, and lentils by 10%. And that has had a big impact in a country where the average income is the equivalent of about $5 a day. One reason for the higher price of food is the cost of transportation.
Fruits are not for the poor because their prices are skyrocketing, and even vegetables
vegetables, people buy half a kilo instead of one. Sales are low while expenses are high. Meanwhile, the fuel prices have already broken the backs of the poor.
The government has increased fuel prices up to 50 times this year, leading to protests earlier this month. On average, an Indian spends nearly a fifth of their daily wages on fuel. India's inflation rate, which reflects an increase in the price of goods and services, was 6.3% in May. That is above the 6% threshold set by the Reserve Bank of India.
And that's your One Caribbean Media Hookup. I am Beverly Telesford. Recapping the headlines, jury returns not guilty verdict in favor of St. Andrew resident Elvin Mark, charged with non-capital murder. Renaissance Party political leader Martin Washington Edwards accuses government of creating an apartheid system. PWU GTAU Joint Negotiating Team rejects retroactive payment of the 4% salary increase by way of bonds. In tonight's GBN Entertainment, we had Grenadian musician Jeremy Hector, who shared his musical inspiration on the last edition of Green's Music to the World. In Around the Globe, opposition in Jamaica suggesting government use dormant bank accounts to boost economy, while millions in India at risk as fuel and food costs increase. In sports, all GFA Premier League matches for this weekend postponed. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page or YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Beverly Telesford. That's the news. Good night.